Let's get back now to the Paley International Council Summit. It kicked off in New York City this morning, and the conference features key media, entertainment, and technology executives. Yahoo Finance's Dan Roberts back with us with yet another of them. Dan.
Thanks, Julie. That's right. Well, right now we've got Michael Roth of IPG, which is the Interpublic Group, one of the big four ad agencies. Huge company that works with a lot of publicly traded names that our readers know. Michael, thanks for being with us.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Well, let's start with just reminding viewers of some of the big names that they know that you guys work with as clients. There's Unilever. What are some of the other ones?
Coca-Cola, Verizon, Microsoft, little companies like that.
Right.
L'Oreal.
Okay. And let's approach what you do this way. I mean, we are in a time when people get their news from Facebook. You were just saying on stage. I hope they also sometimes get their news from us.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But people look to so many different platforms, many of them tech companies, not news companies, for their news. And as a result, that is often where they're seeing ads, or on Twitter they're seeing promoted tweets. How has that changed your business, and how is it changing what the big companies you work with want from you guys?
Well, I think with the advent of digital opportunities, it brought into play the ability to measure and find the right consumers. Also, the content, the time that individuals spend is more like 30 seconds or 15 seconds as opposed to an ad on TV.
They've already tuned us out.
Right. So what you have to do, in fact, one of Geico was also our client, and one of the great campaigns was, if you're seeing this, you've already passed the opportunity to bypass us, you know? And so you have to come up with very creative, relevant messaging in that environment.
Yeah, the other thing that has changed, I think, is the level of trust. And, you know, it's very hard for companies to have authenticity. You know, you're doing an ad, everyone knows you're watching an ad, so you want to make it funny, but also they know what you're trying to do. So what are sort of the new ways that you're seeing companies approach that? Is there more humor? Is there more self-reference happening?
Well, you know, of course there's always humor, but the other part of it, and that's what I was just talking about here, was the whole notion of social responsibility. And does the brand stand for good? So you see a number of our clients, for example, Unilever dealing with clean water, or Verizon dealing with first responders and how they were able to connect using their cell phones. All, again, doing something good for society. And people want to trust the company that they're dealing with. And if they don't believe that the company stands for some level of good, they're just not going to do business with them.
Let's talk about your industry. If we zoom out a little, you are in an industry where so often size has come from M&A activity.
Correct.
It's all tying up, and you know, these things come in cycles, then everything spins off, then they tie up again. Do you guys look to the future and it's still the same kind of story where we're going to grow by buying and acquiring, or how will you grow in the next few years?
Well, it's kind of interesting. When I came into the role at IPG, I guess 14 years ago, and we really haven't been doing we've been doing $150, $200 million of strategic tactical acquisitions up until last year, when we spent $2.3 billion on Acxiom. And you don't do big transactions like that unless you don't have the capabilities and you need it, or it's additive to what you have. Otherwise, we tend to grow our businesses organically. In this case, we bought Acxiom, which is a data analytics, one of the best in the business. And we felt for years now we needed, in this environment, particularly on the digital environment, we needed to have better data and analytics capabilities, plus the ability to have our clients use us to manage their first-party data. Along came Acxiom, so we looked at it and we felt that this was additive in terms of value to our company, and that's why we bought it. And it's working out we're very pleased with it. It's only a year, but we fully integrated it. And it's already having a seat at the table on our pitches and our existing clients. But we don't see any big acquisitions like that on the horizon. So we're going to go back to our small tactical and strategic acquisitions.
One change that, as far as I can tell, is happening is a lot more brands are doing their advertising in-house. They don't go to a big firm like an IPG or a WPP or a Publicis. Is that a trend that's happening, and what does that mean for you guys? How do you navigate going to brands and saying, no, trust us, you know, here's why we can add value and you should go to us?
Well, usually you see the companies that are bringing in-house creative tend to be sort of the fast food industry and things like that, where they're not doing the really big creative anthem work, we call it, okay? But what they are bringing in is sometimes the programmatic buying part of their business and some of the digital capabilities and production. And we work with our clients to do that. Our role is to add value to our clients. So even if when they take it in-house, the superpower of our distribution networks, our arrangements with the media owners, if you will, the creative capability that we can bring to them, it's always going to have a value. And you know, years ago, we bought a company called Lowe, many years ago. And Lowe was actually the in-house agency for Unilever.
And you brought it into IBJ.
So we brought it into IBJ, okay.
Just grab their in-house and bring it under your umbrella.
So eventually they don't tend to be able to recruit the levels of talent that we can bring into to the picture.
Just very quickly, let's wrap this way. What single company or new player or new technology or phenomenon or trend is most going to change your industry in the next few years?
You know, it's an interesting question. I think the streaming offerings that are out there, that's got to shake out. You know, aggregators of content. The whole business is about content, totally. And the ones who have the best content are going to prevail. So I think that's going to be it.
Good insights. Michael Roth, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
That's Michael Roth of Interpublic Group. Back over to you guys in the studio.
Dan, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.